And we're back. July 25th, 2021. It's your host, Lump.
Me and Lump Show.
We'll let it be like that today. She was on top of her stuff. Welcome, guys. I hope you guys are ready for a wonderful show because we got some good things coming in.
Absolutely, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing well, sis. I'm doing very well. You know, school is kicking my ass right now this semester. Yes. And I'm telling you, just a few more courses. It's testing my black belt
mentality. Yeah, I want to tell you that.
Few more courses left, and we're gonna go ahead and walk that stage. Baby. We're
gonna walk the stage for the first stage to get to the second stage.
That's it.
That's what we gotta do. We gotta keep on trying, keep on flying,
keep on doing it.
That's keep on doing it. I hope everybody out there doing good. My brother and I, we kind of stepped up our podcast game, so we're testing out a few things today. So I hope it all sounds good and lovely. And I got some sound effects for all of you that like to hear me and see me slap my brother. I got some sound effects coming when I get them right for next show. Right now I'm having a little technical difficulties, so I'm trying to figure it out. But we're still gonna have a good show. I'm gonna go ahead and start off real quick.
Yeah, because she's ready.
I'm a little ready for today. My brother was late today, y'all, not me. I was on time. So I want to start with how I kind of ended last week, and we were talking about Elizabeth and your situation.
Oh, yes.
I want to say that Elizabeth reached out to me, and I was open-armed because I wanted to give her a chance. Number one, I didn't know the young lady personally. Again, so I really wanted to give her a chance to explain herself and give me a better insight. Once again, I give black belts and my karate family, I think I give them a little bit more benefit of the doubt and a chance, as far as a second chance, to explain themselves or tell me where their mindset was. And my first thought was, I want to thank her. She didn't have to do that. It was just me going on what I'd heard and what I'd been told. So I want to thank her for reaching out to me and putting her story out there, not out there, but letting me get an inside scoop of kind of what went on and how things happened. And I'm not going to give out any information because her and I talked on a personal level. But what I would like to do is say that the things or the mistake that she made is something that any one of us can make. And I make every day of my life, and I try not to. She's a lot younger than I am. So I am definitely going to give her another chance. I'm definitely going to give her a platform as far as to express herself. And I don't want to be a part of that family or that karate family that is actually just going to turn their backs on her. That tribe, absolutely. I don't want to do that, and I'm not going to do that. So if there's anybody else out there that's willing to give her a chance, and I don't mean give her a chance like forgiveness, I mean give her a chance so you understand her. She was going through some personal things. I'll just leave it at that part. And then she just expressed herself in a manner, and I can say that sometimes I don't control myself all the time in that black belt mentality. But it doesn't mean that I don't deserve to be a black belt or I don't deserve to get a second chance. And in my point, I need a 5th, 6th, 10th, 20th, and 1,000th chance. So for all of you that have given me that have known me in my entire life, thank you. I appreciate it. And I just ask that we give her the same thing, not only because she's young, but because she is a part of our black belt, our martial arts family. And she's only tried to do good things. And this one thing seems to be a dark cloud over her head. So I hope that we can one day, all of us, give her a chance at least, and then maybe give her that chance to redeem herself and really get to know her.
Woo! I tell you, this one right here be getting me emotional sometimes. I'm not even going to go into the put of it. I'm going to leave it right there at that, because adding to that just going to make it even more emotional. But she is an amazing girl, a young lady, I'm going to say, not a girl. I talk to Elizabeth a lot, and I really just like to check in on her and just make sure she's doing well and she's still around. If any of you guys remember, we lost a few people to suicide a few years ago. One of them being a teenage young lady. who was getting bullied and picked on. And
no idea.
And right, nobody never knew. Everybody watched her go compete, and she was just a normal kid at the tournaments, but nobody knew what was going on behind closed doors. And she decided to take her life one day.
Absolutely.
And that just goes back to our tribe, not just making sure everybody's just being alive, being alert on what's going on.
Absolutely.
It's not always about being in somebody's business or inside their personal life, but just to send them a message every once in a while. Hey, just checking on you.
If you make the decision to step up and be there for somebody, I don't think you should take it away at the moment that you see some type of stress or some type of unbalance. People do make mistakes. People change accordingly. But if you give that person a chance and you get on the inside and they also get in the inside of you, then I think it's just like a marriage. It's just like anything else, till death do you part.
Woo!
And I think
pow, shots fired.
Oh, that was my sound effect thing. I missed it. Y'all, I'm sorry. We're going to be working next week, I promise. Next show, I got you, because I'm going to shoot him right next to me, point blank range.
So,
yes,
moving on. We definitely talked about the sponsorship thing that we wanted to touch base with this week, but I'm definitely going to let Miss Regina get some of the Olympic stuff out, because that did start this week, and I'm sure she was very excited to tell you guys about some things that she noticed in the Olympics.
I don't think I've slept since Friday, brother.
Oh, my sister.
Between the Olympics, doing homework, we got homework. I don't think I've slept. I mean, it has been absolutely so exciting. I actually, yesterday morning, and this tells you how much I love sports and karate. I'm not karate, excuse me. The entertainment, the competitiveness of anything. I mean, it can be volleyball, hopscotch, ping pong, marbles. You want to see who can see the farthest? I'll probably lose because I'm blind. But I want to say it correctly, equestrian, where the people ride the horses. And the horses, and they make the horses tap dance. Oh my God. Those horses look like people doing creative and extreme forms. They just didn't have weapons. It was absolutely great. I saw one lady that was, I believe she was from Colorado. That lady had her little horse. It was a stallion. It was all black. I remember that, with little white ankles. And it tap danced like the Chester's Peanut, the little Planters Peanut dude. It was tap dancing. And I think that it won either silver. I don't think it got gold, because the one that got gold, I think that horse was Mr. Ed. It was talking. And it said,
it was talking?
Almost. It almost did, brother. I'm telling you, it actually, that was interesting. I watched canoeing. I don't like water, but I will watch them do it. And they look like if any water come in the next hurricane, I'm going to call those people. Because they look like they're going to
get up out of there.
That water was going 220 miles an hour, and they were just like, oh, it was great. I watched, of course, swimming. I love swimming. Can't swim great. I can swim enough to save my girls and myself. Hopefully they go one after each other, because if they go both at the same time, we're going to be in trouble. But I watched swimming. I watched Katie Ledecky. I love her. I watched one girl. She's only 17, from Alaska. She's the first swimmer in Alaskan history to ever make it to the Olympics. And she was actually on this morning. She's doing pretty well and in the semifinals, and I want to say for the breaststroke.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of other swimmers.
Shout out to the 18-year-old who just won her gold medal in Taekwondo, too. I saw it this morning. I saw it from Florida. Congratulations, baby girl. Congratulations. I saw you put that long leg on somebody looking like Claire Caboose out there. Woohoo!
No, she's from Canada, though. Even though
I know.
We adopted her and claimed her as American.
Yeah, because she'll tell you she's American, too.
Absolutely.
Now, her husband, David?
No, he speak real French.
I know. He's a real one.
Yeah, that's him. That's the one.
Pettis.
Claire, we kidnapped her years ago when we were younger.
Yeah.
So
Whoa. Don't tell nobody that we kidnapped her now.
Well, I mean in the most loving way.
Yeah.
Not in the real most jail way.
DEA, CIA, FBI.
That's it?
Mimi did not say that on here. I did not help her kidnap anybody besides Boyce Lydell. That was the only person that we kidnapped.
I did not do it. He wasn't there, and I'm afraid of it. The actual, what else? The men's basketball get into play tonight.
3-on-3. You told me about that too, huh?
Well, the 3-on-3 women is what we saw
yesterday.
That was the first time, I believe it was added to Olympics, with snowboarding, with karate, and there's a couple others. Surfing. That was another one I believe that was added to the Olympics, and those are the ones that has started here in the first few days of the Olympics. You know they got a typhoon that's going to hit them, right?
No, I didn't know that.
See, what's his name? The commentator, I forgot his name. He told me or told us in the world on NBC that there is a typhoon. I don't know the name of it, but they've had to adjust all of their outdoor sports, which would mean surfing and I think it's the triathlon where you have to run, swim, and ride a bicycle and climb a tree and do some gardening and I don't know.
This girl,
it's a lot of stuff. You ride a bike. Well, they've had to adjust all of that. He just hit the sound effects on me, guys. They've had to adjust it, and that they're saying like in the next few days, you know, the Olympics is about 2 to 3 weeks, and in the next maybe 3 to 5 days that they will have to make some adjustments, especially for the outdoor activities. Wow. So hopefully they still get all of those things, you know, taken care of because, you know, track. I'm ready to see the track. I'm ready to see, of course, karate. If you haven't seen my Facebook page, I shared a schedule of the karate schedule. I didn't recognize a lot of names, but there is one Canadian, from what I understand, who's really good, and who they think, and I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. It is a man. He is like projected to be in the medal standing. So for us in any of it, karate is great. I did watch something else that got my attention, skateboarding. And, you know, I know a lot of skaters, and I say skaters in being that they are in karate. It's not that I've actually been involved in a lot of skating because I don't like things on wheels. It's not a car with a wheel. My brother can tell you he tried to kill me last summer. But skateboarding was really interesting. And the first ever Olympic champion, he was from China. I didn't even know Chinese people rode on skateboards.
What? They got everything.
They got a scooter.
They got
skateboards. And I don't mean like the
Jetsons. Are they like the hoverboarding out there?
No, like skateboards. Like you go like see Tony Jack. Hawk. And yes, he was there. He was commentating.
Really?
He was telling them how.
Big shout out to Tony because he paved the way for them.
They showed a clip of him testing out the Olympic ramp, and showing and doing different tricks. And I don't know. He looked like he was about 80. But he moved like he was like 25. So I don't know. He was doing good. He did it. There was an American, Ninja, that was from California. He was the world champion in skateboarding, but he didn't.
That's who Jack must train out there on the beach.
They are all from California. They said it. They said everybody in the world go to California out there and slide up and down their seawalk. So whatever it's called, they out there all just skateboarding and sliding and windsurfing and all that. They like that kind of stuff. I will watch it as a fan and cheer for him and woo-woo. The Ninja kid, he actually ended up, I want to say, in 6th or 7th, but Tony Hawk made this comparison and said why he felt he did so not as well as we would have thought is because he did all the most
challenging tricks.
The ones that had the most difficult, the ones that used the most spins, the ones that were just the most dangerous.
Like Gandhi Lewis.
Oh, that him. I know
that's like Gandhi Lewis right there. That's what it sounds like.
The one that jump in the air and spin around the earth. Them people. And it wasn't because he wasn't a great skater. He just did the most difficult things and didn't land. I understand that you're supposed to land on your feet. That's like when you do a form, you do a flip, you got to land on your feet.
Yes.
Again, guys, I don't know the details. I don't know the rules, but it was actually good and interesting because I've watched it here in my hometown of Galveston. I watched it around the country and different things on TV, YouTube. So to see the skateboarding in the Olympics was very, very interesting. Just like karate, I can't wait until it starts. Nigel
is African American.
He is. He's half. I believe he's half American, half African American, and something else. Because they told me, or they told a story about him living in one place. His dad sent him to California, and the money that he made, he's been skating since he was 11. The money that he made, his dad used that to build like a step ramp and to push him and his family. It was more of a family oriented type sport. And again, he didn't do it as well as everybody would have wanted him to do.
So his dad was a skater too?
Absolutely. That was one thing they mentioned. He was a skater. He knew that he wanted, his son loved it. And his son had, I believe, turned professional at about 11.
So Richard Plowden, Avery Plowden.
That's the ones.
Wow.
You know, it's a little different when you learn something versus you're bred to do something.
Yes.
Things do work out a little different, and that's my opinion. I'm not saying it makes you better versus, not being as good, but I just see it a little bit different. The hunger, maybe, the way the passion, certain things. I can say I was hungry. I can say that I had the passion, but I did it for my own competitive vibe, for my own reasons. But I can say that people, especially in the karate world that I have contact with, that I think do certain things that have that bloodline, that family connection.
When you say natural ability,
it's like you see it. You see it. It just makes things that much better. Hopefully, my girls one day will be in it, and whatever they do,
thoroughbreds right there.
They are going to kill it, and I don't mean as winning. I mean they're going to kill it because we're going to be doing it together. That's all that's going to happen.
Queen of Wakanda, the Queen of Wakanda. Y'all better watch it. I'm telling y'all now. I'm telling y'all now. 10 years from now, I want you to talk about luck. Was this the person you was talking about? Yep, that was my niece. I was been telling y'all 10 years ago. Watch what I tell you.
And they have their own identity.
Yes,
they are not me. They are themselves.
Yes.
They are themselves. And anybody out there, if I ask for help and I need you to beat them up, I expect you to beat them up. I beat your children up. You beat my children up. It's just balance. It's the way. If I find out you beat up my nieces, I'm going to beat you up. Please don't. I got you. I can handle this one. It's the little ones I can't.
Yes. Oh, yes.
All right, brother. So go ahead.
First off, let me give a big shout out to the person who answered our question for last week. And our question was basketball. Have we had any team that's been down 0-2 and come back and win the championship? And
NBA Finals.
Yes, NBA Finals.
Not playoffs.
NBA championship final game. I mean, final round, 7 games ago. That's it.
Well, wait. Before you give the answer, I know that I have one. How many are there?
So far, there's a total of 3 after we just had this completion by the Milwaukee Bucks.
They don't count.
Oh,
well, no. I'm sorry. I don't want to take that away from anybody.
We got 2.
I mean that this problem with this question was brought up before they won.
Yes,
it's
2.
What that I mean.
2 teams.
So, including Milwaukee, because they just won the other day. Who were the other 2? Now, let me tell you one team that I think.
Because you said
last week, I said it would have been the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yes, ma'am.
And I believe it would have been about 18-17 or something that when they beat the don't tell me Golden State Warriors.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I remember that one. What would have been the other one?
The other one would have been 2006.
2006.
Miami Heat.
I know. I think I know.
Would they have been the LA Lakers?
No. Would it have been the Dallas Mavericks?
The
Dallas Mavericks, when Dirk lost, they were up 2-0, and then they came back and they beat them. Wow. Who told you that answer?
Oh, little brother Dwight. Dwight, good job. Little bro.
He must have been a towel boy. He too little to play basketball. How do you know? He was sitting in the stands?
I have no clue, but I tell you what.
Good job, brother. Good job. I totally forgot about that one.
He had it.
I totally forgot about them. That would have been 2 times. I would have only remembered one. Only one. But that's good.
2016, 2006, we had a team down 0-2 and come back and win that ship. That's big ups to them. Big ups to their coach.
I remember that now that you say it. So
big ups to God for believing in them and believing in God.
Dirk came back. He won one, but then he lost one.
That's all right, Dirk.
That's okay.
Because you're still a beast, Dirk.
Absolutely.
You're still a beast. You're still one of the best
anybody that can shoot or as big as he is and that can do what he does. But
I'm telling you, you used to move around.
Absolutely. And just shoot that fadeaway on one leg.
Fadeaway?
One leg.
I remember all that. Greatest fadeaways.
Houston had Dirk. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. Y'all had a lot of people.
Well, We actually had.
They had more than the damn Pistons had, man.
No,
Come on.
We didn't. No, we didn't.
Nah, I'm talking.
No, you didn't. No.
Y'all,
actually, the Lakers have.
Now that for sure, that would be the number one team that had all the greatest of greats.
That's it.
But no, y'all had some people. We had a few, but y'all definitely had a few.
We did definitely. We had, especially when we gave up a lot for Charles Barkley. Yes. Speaking of
Barkley, did you meet Barkley?
I did. Don't tell nobody. We made it a fast food. The soul food restaurant.
Soul food restaurant.
In Atlanta. Everybody know I'm from Texas, and I like to eat.
But it went like fast food. They moved you in the line like fast food.
And I eat my food like fast food.
I'm telling you.
I want to go back, and I want everybody to know that we had an opportunity to have Dirk Nowitzki.
Yes.
And we gave him up in a trade his rookie year for Luis Scola.
What?
Yes, I remember that.
I think we had Luis Scola too up there. I think
in Detroit, you might have. When he left Houston, I don't know where he went.
Yeah, I think he ended up picking him up somewhere down. He actually might have had been around.
He was an Olympic gold medalist for Spain. He won with his Spanish. I think he was from Spain. Spanish.
Is the USA team gonna win the gold medal this year?
Well, they got Devin Booker. He's still hurt after they lost last week, like me. Devin Booker, Chris Middleton, and oh man, one more. Oh, Bledsoe, Drew Bledsoe. Bledsoe. They all showed up for the Olympic team like last night or the night before. They played this evening, and they are in action. I think after Simone Biles steps on the mat.
Drew Holiday.
Oh, that's the one.
Never mind.
That's one of the three brothers.
We slipped up. They lost to France.
They lost today. They played already. You over there in China. They are ahead of us. I mean,
by a lot of hours.
Yeah. Well, at least a half a day. I think.
Yeah.
A half a day. Oh, so they lost. So they lost in their exhibitions, and they have lost in the first round of first game. Is that what he's telling us?
Maybe. Guys, look. This is my sports analyst right here.
Well, I missed it.
Look, bro.
They must go replay it tonight. That's why I know it's coming on tonight.
Okay. Well,
we're doing a show right now, so I couldn't watch it.
Damn that. Y'all need to be showing out for USA so that I can hear the national anthem be played and sung while we stand on that podium.
And I want to do my June reform as I hear the national
anthem. Because you know what? I plan on getting me a gold medal this year at the WKCs. What about you?
I will be there and cheering and coaching you and my USA team members on. My goal is to be there with spirit, open arms, and be the best cheerleader that I can be. Now, if anybody needs some judging or want me to help coach them, as long as they're not fighting my brother or my American family, then look, let's do it. I just don't, brother, you know me.
I know. I just want the world just to hear you just say it. You're still working on it.
But I'm not retired. I want to say that. Everybody keeps thinking it's...
Oh, no, she can't retire yet because we got to get a WKC.
I do have some things that I want to do before I retire, and then my girls, they're ready to compete. No matter if I get 100 place out of 2, I want to be there and compete with my girls. I want us to bow in divisions together. I want us to go to the tournament and have to register together. I want all of that. I want the full effect, and I don't want to do it as a coach as of yet. We were talking about that bloodline.
Yeah.
I want us to compete together. I don't know how long it's going to take for it to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen. But until I do that with my girls, one or both, preferably both.
It's coming.
Then I am not done with karate. I have a lot to do. I'm just putting karate to the sideline just a little bit because I want to finish school. I enjoy my life at this moment because peace and serenity has gotten me a long way. And with everything going on in the world right now, I do have an opinion about everything.
Of course.
But just like my mother always told me, some things
don't need to be said.
Hey, better off not said.
Hey.
So this show, school, and being me is gonna get me all I need right now.
I'll tell you that much.
And there's no reason to change it because I am totally and completely happy.
And if you guys can see, she is definitely eating and getting her weight up.
He not. I have to eat his doggy bag. He allergic to water. He don't even drink water no more, guys. The boy looked like a strand of hair. Somebody help him, please.
It's coming. I'm getting mine back up.
His baby 3 and she weighed like 10 pounds more than him.
When I can only imagine when schools first started online, like probably around the time that you were in school, Travis was in school, like having to check in on class and just do discussions, making sure that you did your discussions. Now it's like everything. you need to do is online, and you're gonna teach
Virtual.
yourself it. You're gonna teach yourself it, and I be looking like, oh, sister, help me with this. I don't even know what to do with this, but
help me with math. I'll help you with whatever you need. Bro.
And then other people out there, I'm not gonna mention their names because I don't want them to get pleasurized for helping.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we don't want them to catch no pleasurism. Helping us. But no, it's been fun. I remember a few years ago, almost 2 years ago, when we was in Denver, and I decided to go back to school, and this has kind of been a faithful thing. It's like I want to go. I gotta go. It's a must. It reminds me of like my mom being on me about get up in the morning and go to school. Now it's like I tell myself it. I learned so much. I learned so much about myself.
That's the difference between accomplishments.
It is
wanting it and not wanting it.
Yeah, whew. And I tell you what, wanting it just brought more blessings around.
Nobody can want anything more than you want it, and you're gonna work hard for it.
Woo! Tell me about it. Oh, nobody but I want that more than I want it. Especially if I'm going for it. If I'm fucking trying to get it, I don't want nobody to want it more than I want it.
Absolutely.
Because I do anything to get it up there besides shoot them. I ain't gonna shoot them or cut them, but I'll bite their ear.
Oh,
I'll bite their ear.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, because you know he's gotten better.
When you bite somebody's ear, though, you have to put it back and help them fix it.
But see,
you can't just bite their ear and spit that shit. I mean, that on the ground like you didn't do it. You didn't do that.
He bit me.
That's when you should have took.
Well, he headbutted me. I had to bite him. So I tell you, that was another hilarious little thing. But you know, guys, we just up and at it this morning, getting groovy. So, Mimi, what else has been going on?
After I watched the Olympics, I was also trying to keep up. There have been different countries, melanated people, that have competed for the first time. There was a guy from Nigeria in gymnastics. I think in the pool, or 32 or 36? He was probably 30.
Okay.
But to get there, to do it for his country, to be the first Nigerian in general to do it was great for him, for his country. And he's only, I want to say, like 19 or 20. So he's probably got like 15 more Olympic trials or Olympic games that he can actually try out for. In swimming, I forgot to mention, I watched Simone Manuel, the women's.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say the medley. No, it was freestyle. It was a freestyle swimming. They actually came in third. The Australian team, which came in first, was great. You guys got to watch out for them for swimming because they are absolutely awesome in swimming.
A lot of them people over there are tall, like long arms, long legs. Just Europeans.
Definitely. Some of them are, and I think the ones that are better swimmers are long. Like Michael Phelps, like narrow, thin, like dolphins, like fish,
like Jamal Wiggins.
Yes, sir. Like Jamal Wiggins.
Oh, big shout out to Australia also.
They set a real record in the relay.
Set a world
was that for women or men? That was
the
women, because I watched the women. It had to be for women.
Women.
Absolutely. And that's when the women for USA, they got third. But it was a great
world
race.
record?
It was great. You know how fast?
You have to be.
They're swimming faster than Jaws.
That's levitating.
Almost, absolutely. I can imagine. You know,
when you hear somebody say that they skiing across the water, they skiing across the water.
Literally skating. Literally, like Tony Hawk. We were just talking about. Literally, I didn't realize that the Australian women set a record. They have their Petey. No, he's British. He's from Britain. There's some other. Let me say that Europeans. That are really great swimmers. Some of these women, I expect the women in our USA team to do a little bit better because I think we have
some of the greatest.
Yeah, absolutely, we have the greatest in any and everything. That's my point of view. But I mean, as far as the stacked divisions in women's, let's say there's 4 to 5 top-notch women that can all medal. With the men, I don't think it's as strong. They have 2 to 3.
Okay.
And the way they spread them out, they all have to win their round, their meet, and then eventually meet each other in the finals. But those different, the Chinese, Koreans have been doing well. Again, the Australians, they have been doing really well in swimming. So just to see that the women themselves are just at the top and then still competing. And then the men, they're not giving anything up for any reason.
That's right, because, kings rule the world. Kings rule the world.
Kings rule because they have the best women next
Kings
to them.
rule the world. You heard them. Yee! Oh. I've been slapped down. I've been slapped down. All right, guys. So make sure y'all out there supporting our countries for this Olympics. And where's Olympics at? Me, I haven't watching. Where's Olympics at? What number is this Olympics?
This is 2020, but they're counting, and of course this is 2021, but we didn't have it last year because of the pandemic.
And what number Olympic is this?
Oh, now that one is a good question, brother. I have no idea. I'd have to get back to you on next week, and if anybody know that, beat me to it.
Oh yeah, there go one of y'all little slide questions that y'all may be able to answer.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, Dwight, and you did win something. You won a 5-minute private with Miss Regina on Zoom.
Absolutely.
You have to be there.
You log in, our private's over.
Yes, sir. So just know that your private, you got to be ready. So
contact me as soon as possible. 5 minutes from now, or you expired.
All right.
Just kidding.
No, but we are going to start giving you guys some surprises and give some things too, especially when we reach our number 770 number of views.
That's it. We need them, guys. We need your support. If you have any topics or any things that you would like us to get out there, again, we are raw for a reason. And we do have privacy. So if you guys want things to be said but not to be said, would you like to just clear your name or even get your view across
opinion,
or just want to be heard? Let us know. You don't have to come on the show. We don't have to talk about details about what we talked about. We just want to make sure that everything on our show specifically is covered across the board, not just karate.
Relationships.
Everything.
Family.
Everything.
She's a psychiatrist. No. You guys get ready. She's getting ready.
I just learn, people. I learn, and it took a long time.
But for you to be able to learn, you have to listen.
I do listen.
And that's the thing too.
I didn't always, guys. And if you know me, you know I didn't. But it wasn't because I didn't want to listen. It was just because it was about enjoying my life along with doing what I wanted to do, and that was karate. Just to do that, and I felt like as long as I wasn't reckless, I wasn't, doing certain things, then it was okay. Harmful to myself and to other people, it was okay, and that's not always the case. Sometimes when you are out there and you put yourself on a platform, not meaning to, but just because you do, you are that manifestor, you are that person who you gain and have attention, then you should understand you have to carry yourself in a certain way.
That's why I had to fix the issue about what I did at Battle of Atlanta.
Absolutely.
Because I know that a lot of people have me on a pedestal, and for me to be a fighter, I have to be a human.
Absolutely.
So that's why I had to fix myself with that and tear that wall down, so don't nobody get to tell me I don't deserve to have no black belt, because we all deserve to have black belts if we earned them.
Absolutely.
There's no way I tell you to get it taken away. I just say, help me more. Help me more.
Absolutely.
Help me more.
That's it. Just reach out.
That's all. Reach out. Pete's out. Get him up. 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 Get him up.
Get him up. So what's been going on with you, Lum?
No, I just been training, getting ready, maybe for a few tournaments before the year end out. For sure, diamonds. I'm not gonna tell anybody anything before diamonds. Gotcha. I'm just gonna let it be at that. I may go somewhere else or two.
Okay. Well, it just depends on where you want to go.
No, diamonds for sure. WKCs. So everybody can get ready. Yes, I am coming home.
That's it. Always. Going home. It doesn't go nowhere.
Going home. Nothing feels better when you fight at home. I tell you that much. Especially when me not living there for 10 years now. Well, actually a little over 10 years.
Longer.
Yeah. You're about 12, old. 14. Maybe
you're old, indeed.
I'm not old. I'm wise.
You know how I know you're old?
I dyed my hair.
You dyed it like Gandhi did. White. I got a question, because you had asked me this question, and before we start, talking about normal things and kind of winding down, how I can talk. You had asked me, or we had kind of beat around the bush before about sponsorships.
Oh yeah, sponsorships.
tell me or ask me the question because I don't know what part of sponsorships. No, I don't have sponsorships as far as to give to people, but I have my own right now.
No, exactly. But if you were to sponsor a team,
okay,
what would be your guidelines as far as would you have levels for partial sponsorship, just uniform sponsorship, full sponsorship? And if you would have levels, what would make you be able to move up levels to where you'll be able to receive full and not just a uniform tip?
That's a good question. It's detailed. It got different parts of it.
Yes, it is.
That's a good question.
And it's just for some people who's just trying to get on a team, but they don't know the way of going about to get themselves known in front of the person that they're trying to get to sponsor them. So I'm just asking, if you had George, or and from the competitor's point of view,
I'm gonna I want to actually answer it in that two-sided way. As a competitor and as my own sponsor, only because I have 2 points of views and I never thought about it.
See there, yeah, I see.
The first would of course be from a competitor,
of course,
because that's what I am first. I'm a competitor. I love karate. It's my passion. I'm never going to give up on it because it didn't give up on me.
I need to write that.
First of all, I got my first sponsor, I want to say, when I was real young, probably about 11 or 12. And that actually, before that, I had my parents sponsor me.
Yeah.
Excuse me, and pardon my French.
Nothing's like that,
Absolutely. When you trying to get it, it's like selling mixtapes at the trunk of your car. You just trying to get it.
Oh, nah.
Yes. So, a sponsorship, when you first come outside of home, family, straight instructor, karate school, and it's an outside entity, I would think at any level, if you are deserving of a sponsorship, it should include everything. And when I say everything, first, it should include the flight because you got to get there. The hotel, of course, because you have to sleep. And then the registration because you have to compete. Those 3 things are automatic, and those were the 3 things that I received with my first sponsorship. When it came to expense money, travel money from a taxi, at the time we had taxis, or we had hotels,
we didn't have
airport shuttles.
Yes.
Things like that, and those things weren't free. Those things actually cost.
Yeah.
And at the time when I wasn't working, of course, my parents paid for it, but they didn't have to pay for karate tournament expenses, I said, the
major expenses,
right? To compete and to represent that team. The team, of course, should, if they want to sponsor you, of course, the gear, the uniforms, towels, because I like a towel, a belt. Some people like belts. That doesn't really matter to me, but things like that, anything that it takes to compete at that tournament, yes, I believe the sponsor should take care of. Once you get to a level, and this same thing, and this is pertaining to the competitor.
Okay.
At this day and age, I think that expense money should be included with sponsorships. And I'm not saying that because that's the way it should be. And I know after a pandemic, everybody's having hard times. I'm saying that because when you go somewhere to represent, you technically don't do anything outside of that event. And I mean, they should pay for food. They should pay for the transportation from the hotel, from the home to the airport, whatever it takes to get from point A to point B to a complete roundabout.
You walking out your house door,
absolutely,
and coming back to your house door.
Absolutely, and team dinners, team meetings, team gatherings, all of that should be included in the team sponsorship. Now, when you go outside on your own time, personal time, and you want to go shopping, or you want to go buy souvenirs, or you want to go over here and eat at a different place that the team did not designate, then I believe that's when you should pay and do your own things. And again, that's from a spectator's point of view, and that's also coming from a parent. Karate, I love karate, but I do not, and right now in my life, being a single parent, cannot afford karate to take away from my family, especially because I'm a full-time student. I'm not saying that I would not do karate if I didn't have a sports sponsorship. I just can't allow it to dictate and get a lot of my time. Those are the things as far as a competitor's aspect that I don't want karate to get involved with. I don't want karate to have to compete with, because when it comes to my children and my livelihood here at home, karate can't compete with it. Now, on an aspect as far as a sponsor, that I would have to agree that sponsorships or sponsors should have different levels, and that gauges on the budget that I think that they have.
So sponsors should have a budget.
Yes, sir. I believe a budget and the number of people that you have
to be able to
complete a year.
Complete a year.
And anytime I have a sponsorship, I look for them to be around longer than a year.
Of course.
I want them to have stability. I would like them to have a financial backing and planning to where we invest in each other. You invest in me, I invest in you, and then whoever we bring on, take away, it doesn't take away from the team or the sponsorship itself.
So big teams, 30, 40 people. Because I know you've been on both. I know you've been on
teams that have been as large as what you just said. I've been on teams that were 5 people. I've been on teams where it was just me and one other person, and then we were the one that gauged on how we wanted it to grow. I've been on a number of teams and different ways, and again, all of this is all my opinion was built from my experiences.
That's it.
And all my own beliefs. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's the way it should be. I'm just saying it's the way I would prefer it, or I would like it to see sponsorships get to, and that goes on both sides, on a competitor side and on a sponsor side. I think that sponsors, when you first start a team, I don't necessarily think that you start in the manner of collecting fighters to make, and when I say collecting fighters, I mean to make a men's team, to make a women's team. I think that you should, just like basketball, when you select a team or a football team, you want to select the leader. And when I say leader, the leader can be the quarterback, the leader can be the center, the leader could be a defensive lineman or cornerback. It can be any position that you, as the sponsor, want, just like you're the head coach.
I was about to say, just like
you want to start wherever you want to start. And for me, I would start at a level to where I have a person that's still in the mix, meaning active, fighting.
Room to grow.
I'm sorry?
No, I say room to grow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Growing, still adjusting, but also still out there in that hands-on in the battlefield. And that can be a man or a woman. I don't want to specific.
Oh, yes.
It depends on who's available. I wouldn't, and this is something I wanted to say towards the end, but I'm going to say it now because I'm
kind of touching on it. She getting wrong.
I would not. And I'm going to say it again in bold capital letters and just.
Don't worry. TP going to put it across the screen for the ass.
I would not take anyone from another team.
Say that one more time.
I would not take anyone.
Even if you got an extra $500 to pay them.
I would not take anyone else.
Even if you got $1,000 to pay them.
I would not take. This is like when they ask you, where were you on Sunday night?
NBA got trades.
I would not take trading, compromising, open dialogue and communication.
Hey, nah.
It's different.
Ooh,
when you take someone from another team, that adds and brings pressure.
Ooh,
and it can be negative pressure and good pressure. Either or, it's still pressure that you don't want. When you are starting or having a team, and especially if you're building one from the ground up, I believe that you want it to be cool, calm, copacetic,
all
relaxed.
Across the board.
So no matter what happens, the only pressure is to produce.
Oh, shit.
Don't win. Don't lose, just produce. Go out there and do the job that we brought you on to do.
Ooh.
And don't be the weak link.
Hey, now that
those are the two
right
things
there,
that I've lived by my
that right there, I saw quite a team. You know, we had one of those. But
if you strive not to be the weak link, your team can just grow. And I know that only because I built a team doing that. No matter what happens, you don't be the weak link. If everybody does their job, everybody does what they're supposed to.
Win their fight. That's it.
That's it.
Win your fight.
Don't even win it.
Oh.
Produce
it.
And be consistent and do it as a team event. I can go out and I can lose 5-2.
Well, you know, I've been down 10-0.
I've lost my life.
Behind my little brother Gallio playing with, rest in peace now, Donald Vickers out there in the ring.
I
had to do a real comeback quite a few times.
Absolutely.
So you're
That's
right.
what teams do.
Teams do, exactly.
You win together and you lose together.
That's right. But them leaders is gonna make sure that they pull it through. So whoever that anchor is, everybody on the squad must be not just by the age groups. I really think of like how NASCAR does it. That's just the best way of doing fighting. Flip a coin and let me see you strategize, and let's see who will come out on top. So that way right there is the way I automatically think of how team fighting should go. Even with the kids, even if you do the 9-11, let them flip a coin. Maybe the 15, 17-year-old could be the weak link on the squad, and they don't want them to go last because you're 11 and under, probably do the best work. So that takes away the ability. Yeah. So I think a coin toss with any of the team fighting divisions should be straight. Now you're giving the coaches a chance to be able to coach.
Gotcha.
And you also take the pressure off of one fighter just always being the last fighter because this is the job he has to do. Right. So I definitely agree with that. That's interesting shit going on. This girl.
Absolutely. Also, okay, number one, I would not take a person from another team. And number two, I would not build my team as a dream team.
You talking about like the Lakers?
The Lakers, the anybody's.
Okay.
Anybody's where you have competition amongst each other with egos.
Ooh wee.
My biggest ego is I don't want to fight with anybody that doesn't want to win. And when I say win, I mean working and by any means necessary to folk and get your mentality right and a level to win. If you get to a level and you say, okay, I've done it, or it becomes a battle amongst us, then it's not worth it anymore. You have to understand that winning, you have to lose to win.
Shit.
Losing teaches you how to win.
Shit.
So if you break down because you lose 1 fight, 10 fights, 20 fights, or you're down 20-0, and you always have a complaint that this person is not doing their job, then that to me means there's an ego problem. I don't want to have to combat amongst my family, which is my team, my tribe. I don't want to have to combat with them on what we need to do to win together, because we're going to win together, we're going to lose together. And if you are singling out each other to say, well, they're not doing this, they're not doing this, they're not doing this without helping. I can tell you what you did wrong, or you can tell me what I did wrong, but help me fix it. Don't tell me what I did wrong and then walk away from me and think I'm going to fix it on my own. If we're a team, we need to do it together.
Yes, ma'am.
So to build a team, I think those are the first things that you need to think about, as far as not getting someone that is off of another team, because that brings and adds pressure. 2, I don't think that you should have a team when there are egos or when there are top-notch people. To me, if you want to build, and this is coming from my own point of view, I've never had someone that I've trained from white belt all the way to black belt and then actually consider them a student. It was always another person's student. I came in for tournament reasons, competition reasons, fighting reasons, whatever it was. I haven't done that. So I believe and I think that those people deserve their loyalty, they're with them. I am brought in as a counterpart, as someone to help boost. Okay. As a team, if you wanted someone to help boost your team, to me, that means you've been around. You just need that extra little oomph to help you, that leadership, that guidance, that young soul, that old soul that knows the rules, just depending on what you need. And again, we're talking about building a team from scratch. So I think everything should be straight across the board.
Making some gumbo with the root.
Start with the foundation to build it, and then just like Giannis. Giannis said that for the last 8 years, they've been struggling, they've been striding, and they finally got all the pieces put together. He was the foundation, Middleton was the foundation about how to.
All right, guys, we apologize for that right there. We end up losing a little bit of reception to the computer brains over here. Fucker wanted to cut off on his own. Made me mad for a moment, but we back.
Yeah, guys, we had a little technical difficulties. We were talking about the sponsorships.
Yes.
And I think that I was making a point.
Pretty much about how you would want to take. No, you gave your 2 reasons.
I wouldn't want to take a team or build a team. Excuse me. From taking someone from another team, or using a team or building a team from a solid base and a solid foundation. I think any team that really wants to come out and start something, and I'm going to kind of move a little bit quicker because we lost a little time. I think that a team starting out fresh should start out with about 5 to 6 competitors, and that can or it cannot include the coach. Okay. And at that point, you only need one coach. You need one woman competitor, and that can be anywhere across the board, what she decides or what you guys decide. One male forms competitor across the board, whether it's weapons, creative, traditional, extreme, whatever it is. And then you spread out your fighters as far as juniors, adults, as far as a man and a woman, and then gauge it in there. And so my thought, you should start it out with 5 to 6 fighters or competitors, excuse me. And then after that, I think that when you start and build teams, team fighting for men, team fighting for women, extreme forums, synchronized forums, you should let those competitors, the ones that you are sponsoring, you should have them input, if not pick who they would like to compete with, because I think the camaraderie, the relationship between them as being kind of like the parent versus the child. Sometimes the children have a better relationship than they do with their parent, and it's not because they do anything to dictate it, but they gotta go through some of the same things together. And you're on the front line together. If I fight with a woman, I don't want to fight with a woman that I know has done forums most of her life, and then she just started winning and fighting, because I don't think that her experience or her adrenaline or the just being on top of your toes at the heat of the moment at our top level is someone that I would necessarily say I would pick to fight with. And I'm not taking anything away from them. It's just a comfort zone of my own. I'm more comfortable with people that I somewhat know history of, that can do somewhat of the same things or something better than I can when we're under stress, when we're going through things. So that's the way I think I would start my team if I was a sponsor. Make sure that the fighters, the players, the competitors are the ones that are picking the people that you want to compete with. And I'm saying the coaches shouldn't have any input, but their input shouldn't weigh more than the competitors, than the team members.
Ooh, y'all heard that. Y'all heard that right here from Sis on how she will feel as a competitor, how she will feel as a sponsor, and how she will feel as a coach.
Absolutely.
Of a national, international squad out here. All right.
Karate is the best thing that has ever been invented in the world.
Don't go tell nobody, oh, well, she said she do it like this, so you gotta do it like this. No, that's not what she said. That's not what she said.
So that's not me, and you're not us.
So yes, don't re-quote her. You get in trouble for plagiarizing.
That's it.
You gonna quote it. You gotta quote it right.
I'm gonna hit you with the. That's it. All right, guys.
So here we go. For the gear to give you guys the quote for the day. The quote for the day. I loved it.
I actually have one too, brother.
Me, you always can tell the world what you're feeling, baby. Sometimes they may like to hear it from you.
I actually saw this one on Facebook. One of my friends who is not in karate. I do have friends that's not in karate, guys. One of my friends, she's very inspirational. She's been through a lot of things, good, bad, and different. And at this time in her life, when I see it, it's kind of like that bright light. I didn't mean to see it, but when it pops up on the first thing on my news feed, or if I scroll through my news feed and it's the first thing that stands out at me, to me that's a sign. It means something. And this one she posted, this was just the other day, and it says, day by day, what you choose, what you think, and what you do is who you become.
Whoa.
One more time. Day by day, what you choose and what you think and what you do is who you become.
Woo.
That one, it really hit me home with me, only because, again, going through my divorce and certain things, things started to weigh on me. But once I kind of got back to myself and had my brother punching and kicking me in the head, it helped. Everybody needs somebody. in whatever manner it is, stability, someone to talk to or whatever. Everybody needs somebody. And then I got one more.
Oh, she got a few
One
for
last
y'all.
one. It's the last one, I promise.
She got a few. I like it.
The only true wisdom is knowing nothing.
Damn. That's
The
deep.
only true wisdom is knowing nothing. And I'm going to tell you real quick what I got from that. If I personally think I know something, then I'm going to try to tell you and not learn when I'm supposed to. So I don't know anything.
Woo.
That's it.
Woo-hoo.
And I'm going to let you finish, brother.
Oh, man. Sis, I like that one. That one I'm going to have to carry with me a lot. All right. Here you go. You know, you guys already know who I go to. I go to Mr. Reverend Bagwell. Man, he always got something up his sleeve for me to be able to read to you guys and definitely put in my own life. Those who died yesterday had plans this morning. And those who died this morning had plans for tonight. Don't take life for granted. In the blink of an eye, everything can change. So forgive often and love with all your heart. Those who died yesterday had plans this morning. And those who died this morning had plans for tonight. Don't take life for granted. In the blink of an eye, everything can change. So forgive often and love with all of your heart. All right?
Amen.
Amen. There you guys go. I hope you guys have a good week.
Next week we're going to come back.
We're coming in zone time. Hopefully we got a question or two. You guys be ready.
I'm going to have statements. I'm going to have quotes. I'm going to have everything.
Shout out to our sponsors.
Shout out Black Lives Matter.
Every life matter. Every fucking
Indeed
life
they
matter.
do. Indeed they do. All karate lives matter.
They should.
They do.
All right. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. This is the Lump, the Mimi Show. This girl slapped me again.
And nobody me lump show.
Oh yeah.
Love
all right.
you, brother. I'll
Love
see
you
y'all
too.
next week.
You guys stay safe. Till next time. We out of here. Woo! And 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 woo!